How can a family law attorney help me with domestic abuse or domestic violence? Most of the time, the issues of domestic abuse and domestic violence are going to come into a play where there's children. Oftentimes I'm asked, well, the children weren't there, or the children weren't at home, or the children were sleeping in another part of the house. Domestic violence is a serious problem in Colorado, and it's going to have an impact in the family court when it comes to parenting time, parental responsibilities, etc. A family law attorney who has this experience can assist a client in addressing those issues. As an example, when I have a client who has been victimized of domestic abuse, and there's a statute that deals with what domestic abuse is. Domestic abuse can be a form of financial abuse, depriving somebody of money that they need in the relationship to go food shopping or to pay bills, or not letting that other person see the bank statements, restricting access, putting them on a budget. That's a form of domestic abuse. When I have a client that's been victimized of domestic abuse, I can assist that client in understanding how that relationship between domestic abuse and the divorce is going to be taken into account by the judge. If there's children, we can talk about that. We can talk about whether or not there's a need for a temporary restraining order or a permanent protection order in another court, direct them to the proper channels through TESA to get them counseling and to get them help. When I'm assisting a client who's been charged or accused of domestic abuse or domestic violence, that's a very serious allegation, and understanding how courts deal with people that are accused of domestic abuse will allow me to help my clients reach a level of rehabilitation and get the kind of counseling and therapy they need so that they can get back into their children's lives and become effective parents and do what needs to be done to take corrective steps to once again parent their children and move on with their lives. So it's very important that a family law attorney who has clients that have a history of either being victimized or one that is a perpetrator get the right kind of advice as it's going to relate to their divorce or legal separation action.